How's it going, guys? This is Jaime. So, it's really no secret that the Star Wars prequels are pretty divisive. Some people hate the prequels due to bland dialogue, cheapened characters, bad/dated CGI or green screen, blah blah blah. You've heard it all before, I'm not gonna get into it. In recent years, however, as my generation's grown up and made our presence on the internet known, there are now a lot of prequel defenders as well. Very voracious defenders at that. 10 or so years ago, Lucasfilm execs probably could have said, we're rebooting the prequels, the 3 movies you got are non-canon, we're completely starting over, and not face much blowback. Nowadays, not so much. Bottom line, it's a little too late to pull an X-Men and completely erase the prequels from history. That being said though, prequel fans really do need to realize where lovers of the original trilogy are coming from. First they get 3 movies that they don't feel fit in with the OT and don't do the original movies justice. Then the only other place in the fandom where they find solace, the expanded universe, gets jerked away by good old Disney. In my opinion, these fans deserve justice, and no, Force Awakens was not suffice reparations. Now I know what you're all probably thinking. Jaime, you just got done telling us about how the fandom is divided 50-50 on the prequels, so how are you going to satisfy the original trilogy fans without pissing off the prequel fans? Believe it or not, I may have come up with a solution. Release alternate versions of the prequels in the form of feature-length film. Disney would have to be stopped from getting their corporate mitts in the middle of everything and saying, oh, these new movies are non-canon, the original 3 prequels, those are still canon, because why does it matter? Okay? It's not like the new trilogy is going to directly acknowledge the prequel. I mean, it's not like Mace Windu's gonna show up or General Grievous is gonna be brought back from the dead. At least I hope not. I have more faith in Rian Johnson than to do something stupid like that. And even if, say, Hayden Christensen or Ewan McGregor or whoever shows up in the new movies as, say, a Force Ghost, that's still fine because, hey, they're still young. They could come back and play them in the remake. I know there's a lot of fans who didn't think Hayden was the best choice for Anakin, but I'm just saying it's an option. But my point is that most likely there is going to be nothing in the new movies that would contradict a prequel rewrite. And even if there were, it can be worked around. So let the fans have their fun. You know, don't say one's more canon than the other. As I said, just call the rewrites an alternate take or something vague like that. And I know that people will say that that would confuse the average Joe moviegoer. They wouldn't know what was going on. Well, you know, I don't mean to be rude, but they're not going to know what's going on regardless. I mean, when Rogue One got released, there were people who had seen Force Awakens and they'd seen the original trilogy and all that, and that's fine. But then they went to see Rogue One and they're like, hey, I'm confused, why is Rey not in this? Why is Darth Vader still alive? Because they're not hardcore fans, they're just casual moviegoers who, ooh, a new Star Wars movie, I'll go see that for the heck of it. And to be honest, prequel rewrites wouldn't be directed at them. They can go and see it, and that's fine, but it would be for the fans. A love fest for the fans, like Rogue One. And let's say the suits refuse to greenlight remakes of the prequels due to some BS excuse like financial constraints or something stupid like that. There are still other options. A, an animated movie trilogy, or B, a series of comic books published by Marvel. I don't really think I need to make my case for animated movies because it's pretty obvious. I mean, animation's very popular right now, and it's a heck of a lot cheaper than live action, so that would be a more feasible option. However, when it comes to a comic series, I have a few points to make. One is Marvel's various Star Wars comics have been very, very popular. Marvel's writers have done an excellent job of capturing the Star Wars aesthetic and they're just great. I'd highly recommend them. Secondly, something similar to this has been attempted before. Back in the early 2000s, Dark Horse Comics produced a series called Star Wars Infinities, which was basically an alternate universe of the original trilogy. It was a much darker take. It was basically, what if everything had gone wrong? What if Luke's torpedoes had missed? What if Luke had died on Hoth? What if they took too long getting to Han and he went blind from the carbonite? Very interesting. Really gritty, but also really well written. And since the comics wouldn't be mainstream Star Wars, you wouldn't have to worry about the kiddies getting their hands on it, and you could explore the edgier, darker side of Star Wars that all of us adult fans want more of. Such comics would present immense opportunities. In conclusion, I believe that alternate versions of the prequels would end the fandom's civil war, finally bridge that daunting generational gap, and restore balance to the Force. Before you guys click away, I want to thank you so much for watching. It truly means a lot. I hope to do more of these editorial videos in the future, so if you're watching this on YouTube, then please subscribe, and if you're watching this on VidMe, then please follow. Also, subscribe to my second channel, Creepy Reviews, where I cover anime and horror-related media. And, if you'd like to be a pal and help out the channel, feel free to contribute to my Patreon page. Links in the description. Until next time, this is Jaime Horn, saying, may the Force be with you. Always.
It's treason, then.